Before Cesaro came to WWE, he was known as Claudio Castagnoli on the Indies and Ring of Honor. Back then, Cesaro had long hair and teamed with current NXT superstar Cassius Ohno. On a recent episode of Ride Along, Cesaro admitted that he shaved his head because he was starting to lose his hair. Austin Aries is a journeyman wrestler who appeared in TNA and ROH before coming to WWE. In his early years, Austin sported long hair before cutting it short, and has kept it that way ever since. Batista is known for having either short hair or no hair at all, but when he was younger and was working as a bouncer, he had long flowing black hair all the way down to his back. Corey Graves, who is a former wrestler and currently a commentator for Raw and 205 Live, made his wrestling debut on March 22, 2000, and wrestled on the Independents for 11 years, before signing a WWE developmental contract in 2011. For most of his time wrestling on the Indies, Corey Graves had long hair and was almost unrecognizable compared to his look that he has today. Steve Austin is the most famous completely bald wrestler of all time, but in the early 90s, when he was first starting out in wrestling, he had long bleached blonde hair, but as he began to lose his hair, he decided to shave it all off. Bobby Roode wrestled in TNA from 2004 to 2016, before leaving and getting signed by WWE and later debuting on NXT. While in TNA, he had long hair for most of his run there, including when he first won the world title. Big Show has been shaving his head for many years, but when he was in WCW, he had long hair for his entire run there, and was almost totally unrecognizable compared to today. Paul Heyman was known as Paul E. Dangerously in the AWA and WCW in the late 80s and early 90s, before leaving to start up ECW. Back then, Paul hadn't gone bald yet, so he grew it out before he began to lose it on top. Some think the only hairstyle that Dean Ambrose has ever had in wrestling is his current shaggy hairstyle, but many don't know that Dean had long hair for several years early on in his career before joining WWE. He started out in the wrestling business with long blonde hair, and then dyed it pink and wrestled with that hairstyle in a tryout match he had for WWE in 2007 on Sunday Night Heat vs. Val Venus, which he lost and wouldn't return to WWE television until 2012. Glenn Jacobs has had many gimmicks in WWE, including Isaac Yankem, the fake Diesel, Corporate Kane, and his most famous persona, the Demon Kane. For much of the time when Glenn played the Demon Kane, he actually didn't have long hair and had a shaved head, so he wore a wig when he wrestled that was connected to the mask.